Hi, welcome to the third Restorative Practices Parenting video. In this video, we're going to be talking about the importance of checking in with our kids. And as we record this video, we are actually at the start of a new year. So we just had all of the holiday seasons, the new year has now passed, and we are fresh into the first week of January. And as such, it actually has me reflecting on what are some of the traditions and the values and the routines that we have as a family. And one of those things that we try and employ regularly is this practice of checking in. But that's not always as easy as it sounds, right? For any of you who have kids, especially as our kids get older, getting an inside lens into what's going on their daily lives is sometimes a little bit more challenging than we would like, right? How many times does your kid come home and you say, "Hey, how was your day?" And we get a little shoulder shrug or one word answer, "Fine, good, great," what have you. And so what we really want to be getting though is really that in-depth just kind of connection and time to check in with one another. And again, if it's something that, hasn't really been a part of your routine or hasn't really been a part of what you've done as a family, that's okay. It's never too late to start. But one thing that I want to kind of mention first is, while as frustrating as those one-word answers or those really shorthanded responses might be, keeping in mind that even as adults, we do that too, right? I mean, how many times when you're walking down the hall and a colleague or a neighbor comes by and they say, "Hey, how you doing?" Usually our response is, "Oh, good, fine," even when we're not, right? How often do we actually take time to pause and reflect on and share how we're truly doing? And so keeping in mind, just like everything else that we say in this series, is the importance of modeling the behavior that we want to see, right? And so while, not every opportunity might present itself to be able to go into a in-depth explanation of how your life has been over the last year with your neighbor, but thinking about, well, what am I modeling to my kids? Am I modeling the importance of true authenticity? And am I allowing myself to be vulnerable and share what's going on in my life with my children, with my spouse? Are we doing that as a whole family? And there's lots of different ways that we can do that, and lots of different times and places we can do that with our kids. There's research to show that there are 3 really important times in a kid's day. And that is first thing when they wake up, and actually the first 3 minutes when they wake up, the first few minutes when they come home from school, and the first few minutes before they go to bed. And so maybe think about one of those times as an opportunity to check in. And it doesn't have to be this long-winded thing, right? It can just be a simple, "Hey, you know what? If you were to rate your day today on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you think you would rate it?" 1 being it was a really terrible day, and 10 being really fantastic and it was a great day. You had a great experience today. How would you rate your day? And so it can be something really short and simple just like that. And maybe as we continue this practice, right, we build this into our routines, maybe we'll get a little bit more brave in the types of questions that we're asking. So maybe instead of on a scale of 1 to 10, maybe eventually the questions will be, "Hey, you know what? Can you share something that went really, really well and something that was really discouraging or really hard for you today?" Right? And as we've built in these routines and these practices, it's going to be a lot easier for not only our kids to be able to share with us, but also for us to be able to share and open up and check in with our kids and our family as well. But maybe those 3 times, right? Maybe the morning, the evening, or when they come home from school, maybe you just find it's a really chaotic time, or maybe you're not able to be there at bedtime, or maybe, you're gone to work before your kid wakes up. Well, think about the routine and the schedule of your day. When are some of the times that you are together as a family? Maybe that's at the dinner table. Maybe that's in the car on the way to school. So thinking about those times that are already built into your day as a family that you can check in with one another. And again, modeling that behavior. And so if you're finding that your kids are reluctant to really share how they're doing, maybe offer up, a suggestion of how you're doing. So maybe that can look something like, "Hey, you know what? If you were to rate your day on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel like your day has gone? I feel like today has been, kind of like a 7 today for me, and this is why." And again, what we like to say in this world of restorative practices is authenticity breeds authenticity. So as authentic and as open and vulnerable as we are willing to be, that's what we can expect to see from other people. So thanks again for watching, and remember to check out the resources for other ideas on how to check in as a family.